Couch Devotionals with Pastor Scott. Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to another Couch Devotionals with Pastor Scott. Today we are looking at Exodus chapter 18 verses 10 through the end of the chapter, and we're going to be talking about the topic of discernment. So let's get started. Verse 10. Jethro said, this is Moses' father-in-law, Jethro said, "Blessed be the Lord who has delivered you from the Egyptians and from Pharaoh. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, because he delivered the people from the Egyptians, and they dealt arrogantly with them." And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought a burnt offering and sacrifices to God. And Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses, his father-in-law, in the presence of God. The next day Moses sat as a judge for the people, while the people stood around him from morning until evening. When Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, "What is it that you are doing for the people? Why do you sit alone while all the people stand around you from morning until evening?" Moses said to his father-in-law, "Because the people come to me to inquire of God. They have a dispute. They come to me, and I decide between one person and another, and I make known to them all the statutes and instructions from God." Moses' father-in-law said to him, What you are doing is not good. You will surely wear yourself out, both you and these people with you, for the task is too heavy for you. You cannot do it alone. Now listen to me. I will give you counsel, and God be with you. You should represent the people before God, and you should bring their cases before God. Teach them the statutes and instructions, and make known to them the way that they are to go and the things that they are to do. You should also look for able men among all the people, men who fear God, are trustworthy, and hate dishonest gain. Set such men over them as officers over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Let them sit as judges for the people at all times. Let them bring every important case to you, but decide every minor case themselves. So it will be easier for you, and they shall bear the burden with you. If you do this, and God so commands you, then you will be able to endure, and all these people will go out from their home in peace. So Moses listened to his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. Moses chose able men from all of Israel, and appointed them as heads over the people, as officers over thousands, hundreds, and fifties, and tens. And they judged the people at all times. Hard cases they brought to Moses, but any minor case they decided themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went off into his own country. Our topic today is about discernment and what it means to discern. When I was very early in the process of discernment over ministry and my job today, or my role today, my calling as a preacher, as a pastor, I kept telling the people around me who would say, "Scott, you're called into ministry." I would always say, we're each called into ministry in our own unique way. And I became a bit of a broken record with this. But it was my way of trying to let go of this nitpicking and try to just do something that I thought I wanted to do and I thought that I was called to. But discernment happens whenever we have other people involved in the conversation, whether that just be God itself or God's self, or if we involve other people, friends and family and mentors, and people in leadership and people surrounding us, to have their input onto our lives as well. Discernment is also a long road. It's full of many kind of ups and downs and little achievements along the way. I, for example, just received, and this is my humble brag for the day, I just received my provisional member license through the UMC. And this means that I'm just that next step on the road to ordination, which is still another 3 years out for me. To aid us in discernment, there's a number of different spiritual practices and exercises that we can do. And one of the most famous is from St. Ignatius, who, upon coming back or from being injured in war, he was a soldier. After being injured in war, he kind of reevaluated his life and develop these spiritual exercises for him to do. And it covers basically 30 days of this, but he goes between 4 weeks. The first week is to reform the deformed. Take a look at the things in your life that are not what you want them to be. Week 2, conform the reformed. Look at the steps in which you can take in order to go down this new path. Week 3, confirm the conformed. Reevaluate those and see if they are exactly what you need to be doing. And week 4 is to transform the confirmed, taking what you have learned in this 30 days work and driving towards something new. This is a 5-minute devotional and we're already over time, but I wanted to give to you something that you could just do as a daily practice instead of a 30-day practice. This comes from the book Leading a Life with God, and it's something that we covered in seminary. It says, if you are wanting to be in this process of discernment, it asks for you to think about the following questions, and these are going to be the questions for the day. What are your most/least grateful moments during the day? When do you feel a sense of love, peace, joy, or life, the gifts of the Spirit? When do you feel exhausted, dead, drained, angry, or mean? What specific events, thoughts, or experiences draw your attention throughout the day? What aspects of that time repel you? What moments speak to you to your deepest desires? What things throughout the day seem out of place or uninteresting? And then finally, ask yourself, when did I notice God during this time or this day, this period? What felt like a time that God was absent? We can take these thoughts, these questions, and examine ourselves to see how God is interacting in our lives, and we can invite other people into doing this as well as we discern God's calling for us. This has been a extended 5-minute couch devotionals with Pastor Scott. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that you are able to help discern within your own life or within the lives of others. Peace. Have a great day. Couch Devotionals with Pastor Scott.